Imagine a world where Matt Vlogs never existed. Coming to theaters near you. Big blue man with a fucking knife. No, no, no. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, Matt Vlogs here, and we'll be back on the channel grind daily, starting today, which is Sunday. Stop. November 3rd. You heard me. We're having some real competitions with other channels, and we need subscribers. Oh my fucking god, and viewers like you to contribute to the channel and keep us alive, dude. Oh my god, stop. In the description, there's a link to my second channel. You guys can sub to that, and you better subscribe or I'm gonna get fucking killed.